Welcome, welcome, welcome to our 60-minute Hatha Slow Flow class today. Super excited, as always, to be able to practice with you and to be in this space, this beautiful, beautiful space with you. Today, we're going to be doing a steady, slow flow kind of moving through our body, through our postures today, and a nice, steady, slow pace, very concentrated movements today. Nothing too hectic, but nothing too slow either. We're going to take it kind of in between. Today we're going to focus a little bit on some twists as well as some nice extensions and kind of getting our body moving in all different types of directions. So right now, if you'd have a bolster at home, I have mine on a ramp. You'll see I kind of got a yoga block underneath and I've just placed my bolster here. If you don't have a bolster, don't worry about it. You can definitely take a blanket, a pillow, or even a blanket if you wanted to raise your body up a little bit. If you don't have any of those things accessible, just come directly onto the floor and let's make our way on our backs. So we're going to start, if you do have a bolster or a pillow and you're able to prop it up this way, go ahead and get it all set up for yourself. Take a moment. And if you do have a bolster, we're going to be placing our sacrum kind of at the base of the bolster and just kind of move our spine all the way down on the bolster here. And some of us may want to shimmy our pelvis down a little bit. Just take a moment here to kind of find what works best for your body. And of course, if this doesn't work for you, just let it go. Maybe come directly to the floor. And perhaps just for today, we'll take ourselves into constructive rest pose. So we're going to take our knees, slide them towards center, and open our feet wide. So that's just going to give our hips a little bit of reprieve, a little bit of relaxation. You can always, of course, raise your bolster a little bit higher by placing another yoga block under there if that feels better for you. So just kind of wiggle yourself into this space. Allow yourself the opportunity to bring yourself to the mat. Just kind of inviting the mat into our awareness. So just acknowledging that we're here for our yoga practice. We're here for this opportunity to connect from within, to learn, to explore, to be curious. This is our time for the next 60 odd minutes or so that we just dedicate this time to ourselves, to our breathing, to our body, to our soul and spirit. Maybe you want to open up your arms a little wider if it feels okay for you. Maybe palms open towards the sky. Feel free to close your eyes. Opening the palms is symbolic of allowing ourselves to give and receive energy. So perhaps just that opening of the palms, you can start to feel the energy from your body emanating outward. Maybe you could feel some energy coming in. Chest is open and expansive. Eyes are soft. As you're here, let's just allow the shoulders to drift away from the ears. Notice any tension, anything holding you back here physically. I want you to be as comfortable as possible here. Let the fingers soften. The eyes behind the eyelids soften. That space between the eyebrows. And as we first approach our practice here, we're going to connect in first with our physical body. Bringing awareness to the different areas of our body that need attention. Maybe there's a specific area in the body that is calling for some energy, some healing. Maybe there's some injuries. something you've been working through. Just take the next few moments to center our attention on any areas of the body that require your attention. Maybe even try to draw the breath into that space. If there's no particular area that's calling for anything, I'd like you to see the body as a whole and find that breath to fill and nourish all the nooks and crannies within the body. Maybe just inviting a bit more softness, a bit more release. Allowing your body to be and not to do. Now let's turn to our inside body, turning into our breath and our mind. Begin to draw your attention from the mind to the breath. Taking whatever thoughts that might be ruminating in the mind and draw your attention to your inhale. Noticing the depth of the inhale as it comes in through the nose. And as it leaves the body via the nose. Inviting our Ujjayi breath. So taking that inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, begin to constrict the throat to create that ocean sound. Now I'd like you to take your attention to your exhale. Drawing the breath in deep to the belly, and then emptying the breath from the belly out of the nose. Trying to elongate the exhale in a slow, controlled, soft manner, not forced, not rushed, but just even paced. As you're exhaling, notice if you can make some connection physically to the body. See if you can allow your body to rest a little bit deeper, to release a little more. See if your body can feel just that little bit heavier. Now I'd like us to take our attention to our last space, our spirit and our soul. Something we can't necessarily see, but certainly something we feel. We feel it within our breath, we feel it within our body, we feel it within our mind. Feel into any spaces that feel unsettled. Acknowledging those feelings. Maybe settle into a space that feels joyous and happy, and settle into those feelings. without judgment, without expectation, but just awareness. And then take your attention back to the breath. And when you're ready, feel free to either open the eyes and start to invite the room back into your space. And let's begin to slide the hands to the side and possibly reach them up towards the sun. Breathing in and then exhale, breathing out as you extend the arms overhead. Inhale, breathing back through center, and then releasing them down to the floor. Breathe in, reach the arms tall. Breathe out, let them reach overhead if we're taking care of our shoulders today. Just assess what feels good for you, knowing that you can always move within your own range. There's zero expectation. Just allow yourself to create some movement that may be high, maybe low. Doesn't matter. Beautiful. And let's flow one more time, breathing in. And if you find your arms reaching out behind you, reaching up behind, and then let's go ahead and circle the arms to the side, opening up through the chest, sweeping them down, creating some gentle circles. Again, your circles can be small, they can be expansive. Just allow for some gentle movement through the shoulders. Feel into all the different areas of the chest, of the shoulder girdle, of the arm. Connecting into the breathing, coordinate maybe the breathing with the movement. Let's do one more in this direction, then we'll reverse our direction. So the next time you find your arms possibly reaching up to the sky, let's reverse the direction. Drop the arms down, open the palms. And don't worry about whether we're out of sync with each other. Just find your own space for this. Again, you could take your wingspan out wide. You could take your wingspan out narrow. Neither is better than the other. Just allow your body to move, to connect with the breath. And maybe one more. And then allow your arms to rest down to the side. Go ahead and reach the legs long if that feels okay. Reaching the toes towards the base, reaching the arms maybe overhead, giving yourself a nice little stretch here. And then go ahead and release the hands to the side, slide the heels in. If your eyes aren't open, maybe blink them open to invite the room back into your awareness. Now we're going to gently shift to the side and we're going to come off our bolster. So please be careful, especially with your low back. Make sure you're using your core. And we're going to take our bolster and just set it off to the side. We'll use it perhaps again for our ending Shavasana and our candlestick, but we'll probably keep it just to the side for now. Keep your yoga blocks accessible. Let's go ahead and make our way into our all fours position. If you have any sort of sensitivity to the knee, make sure you pad the knees, please, with a blanket or roll your mat up. And from here, I'd like us just to move through some cat-cows. So just we're lying on our backs and our spines, going to give a little bit of movement through the low back. So breathe in and let the belly drop. Open up the sternum, shoulders are soft. Exhale, pull the belly in, round through the spine. This first one may feel a little bit more constricted, so just come to it with a lot of ease. I know that when I come off my bolster, my low back is still kind of working in that space. So I'm just going to kind of move gently, articulating through the spine. And when you're here, I want you to remember to energize through those hands. Keep those hands spread wide. Feel that connection of the pads of the fingers, the heel of the hand. Just kind of flow here from one to the other, allowing your spine to move in flexion and extension. Just kind of exploring any nooks and crannies that you might have from the top of the spine to the bottom of the spine. Beautiful. Strengthening the core here by pulling in the belly button in towards the back of the room. Still using our Ujjayi breaths, we're reminding ourselves of that victorious breath, that very centering breath. Beautiful. Now, the next time you find yourself in your cat pose, with your back rounded, your tailbone tucked under, keep the belly engaged here. Press the hands into the floor, and let's shift back towards our heels. Maybe feeling a bit of that lengthening the back of the shoulders, a bit of the lengthening of the back of the spine. And then shift forward, make our way back into our cow. Tailbone up, chest lifted. Exhale, round through the spine, press into the hands, shift back towards the heels. And then inhale, articulate forward, lift through the sternum, open up the heart. Inhale and exhale, shift back, release the neck, release the eyes. One last time here. And then make our way forward, find yourself into your cow. Beautiful. Let's come back into our neutral spine. And we're going to go ahead and curl our toes under, take our hands a little bit forward of the shoulders as we make our way into our downward dog. Curling our toes, pressing down in through the heels, lifting up through the sits bones, maybe bringing the feet a little wider than hip distance apart. And let's go ahead and widen through the hands as well, just to soften through the shoulders. Remember, you can do tabletop here and make our way into some more cat-cows if coming into downward dog does not feel appropriate for you right now. From here, go ahead and pedal the feet, just giving the back of the legs, the spine. If you imagine you had an x-ray of your body, of all the muscles and fascia that's being used here, you're really giving the whole back body here a nice little stretch. Just pressing down through the heels, giving those calves a nice little stretch here. Beautiful. Now, when we're ready, we're going to make our way to the top of our mat. So let's go ahead and drop our heels down. And maybe you'll experiment by walking your feet towards your hands or hopping your feet, whatever feels good for you. I like to turn my gaze between my hands. I'm going to hop it by bending my knees and then just kind of giving myself a little hop forward. It was a small one. But that's okay. So feet are going to remain wide as I make my way to the top of my mat. And just this is my first forward fold of the day. So I'm going to take my yoga block just to give myself a little bit of space today. Maybe you want to do the same. Just acknowledging that the gift that we have by using props is really a beautiful one because it allows our bodies to have some more space. So from here, just allow the head to drop, maybe keep a little micro bend in the knee. You'll feel a little bit of that lengthening the back of the body. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, make our way into a long back, so half arch, and then exhale, release down. Inhale, bend into the knees, and we're going to sweep the arms all the way tall. So take your time here as we extend the body from the ground all the way to standing, meeting with our hands at our heart center, and just connecting here in this standing position. So from here with our hands at heart center, let's take a moment to set our intention. I know we normally do that on the ground, but such a sacred space to bring our hands to our heart center. Maybe your intention's a mantra, maybe your intention is a string of words, maybe it's something, an I am statement. Now from here, let's go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Swan dive it down towards the floor, maybe down towards the block, maybe down towards the toes. Inhale, come into your half arch. Exhale, settle down, forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way tall. Now we're going to take the arms tall. We're going to take that right wrist over to the left. Give our side body a nice little stretch here. Press those feet into the floor. Lift through the heart. If you're rounding forward, I want you to pull the chest up. Inhale through center. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, half arch, lengthen your spine. Exhale, down. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, tall, reach the fingertips tall towards the sky. Take your left wrist over to the right. Side bend, reach into that left side of the body, open up the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through center, swan dive it down, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, find your half arch. Now, as you're in your half arch here, I want you to pull those shoulder blades back and I want you to pull the abdominals in. And we're going to take our hands behind us, reaching to the side here. And I just want you to notice the back of the legs, lengthening through the heart, pull up the head on top of the spine, and just take a moment of pause here. From here, we're going to bend in the knees, sweep the arms forward, come into our Utkatasana, into our chair pose. Resting into the shoulders, plug the shoulder blades in, pull the belly up, tuck the tail slightly under. Try to soften your body here. Maybe gaze is right towards the kind of just a bit forward of you. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen the legs, reach the body tall. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, come into your half arch, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Take that right wrist, one more side bend over to the left. Give it a nice little tug, pull up through the belly. Beautiful, ladies. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, swan dive it down. Beautiful. Inhale, find your half arch. Make sure you're long through the spine. Take the hands, roll the shoulder blades back. See if you could take those shoulder blades back and down and really energize through those traps here. Pull up through the belly, lengthen through the back of the legs. I could feel those hamstrings getting a really nice bit of movement here, a nice bit of lengthening here. A lot of work happening in the back of the body here. Now from here, bend the knees, sweep the arms, find your Utkatasana. Shift into the heels, shift into those glutes, maybe really power in through the core and through the quadriceps here. Make sure your tailbone's not arching or your tailbone's arched up. Tuck it under slightly. Inhale, bend and lengthen through the arms. Reach tall. Take that left wrist over to the right. Give yourself a little side bend here. Beautiful. Inhale back through center. Exhale, swan dive it down. Forward fold. Beautiful. Let's take it into our low lunge. Right foot back. Find your low lunge here. Now, I'd like you to take your yoga blocks and we're going to set our yoga blocks here just at that high height. So we have a little bit of space here to really explore our back of our body. Taking that right heel, and I want you to reach back here. Try to find some lift through the sternum here. Try to find some length through the spine, just opening up that right hip. Take a breath. Now, this is a really great place to be in because we just established that grounding through the body. We're working in through the front of the leg here, getting that quadricep nice and warmed up. Now, from here, I want you to make sure you energize into the feet here. So bring those inner thighs towards center. We're going to ground into the feet. We're going to release those blocks. We're going to come right into crescent pose. Reaching tall. Feel that work in that front leg. Really plug in those shoulders. Pull up through the belly. Beautiful. Now let's take a breath here. We're going to exhale, bend into the elbows, lift through the sternum, find an extension. So this is our first extension of the day. Find a little lift, pull the belly in, elbows back. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms tall. Exhale, swan dive the arms all the way to either side of the left foot. Now, we can take that right block and set it on a medium level or low level. We're going to ground into that right hand, lengthen through that right leg, and lift and twist towards the left. So take that little lift of the yoga block here, gives you a little bit more space. Continue to energize through that right foot. Open up the heart. Excellent. On your exhale, come back down. We're going to bring those yoga blocks to the side. Use a little bit of them for some support to take the right foot back into your forward fold. Beautiful. Take a moment here. Maybe you use your yoga blocks to rest your hand on, or you come into that forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms. We're going to come all the way tall. Nice and tall. Now find a little lift here. Press the feet into the floor. Take that right wrist over to the left. Find a little deeper side bend if it's there. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through center. Take that left wrist over. Side bend to the right. Pull the belly in. Beautiful. Inhale back through center. Let's swan dive it down. Forward fold. Use those blocks. Now set the blocks on either side. This time we're going to ground into the right foot. Take the left foot back into that nice low lunge here. So I really want you to ground into that right foot. Feel that left heel pressing back. Lengthen through your spine. It's very active here. Really trying to establish what that opening in the hip feels like, that lengthening through the leg, that energy into the quadricep here, but also try not to tension through the upper body here. Nice job. Now from here, let's go ahead and we're going to release those blocks, pull in through the core, bring those inner thighs towards center, reach up, find your crescent pose. You're going to feel that work, that strengthening through the legs. Go ahead and bend into the elbows, find that lift through the heart, shoulders pull back towards center, expanding the heart space, really energizing ground through the feet. Fantastic. Release, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive it down. Now this time we'll take that left block to the low end. We're going to release the hand to it and twist towards the right, keeping our body long. Beautiful. Go ahead and release that right hand to the right block, and the left hand, you can bring it up to that high space, energize through the right foot, take that left foot forward, find your forward fold. Take a moment here, release the low back. Beautiful. Now let's bend into the knees, sweep tall, all the way to the sky. Let's find that last lateral bend. Here we go, right to the left. Right wrist, just guiding it over. Press into the feet. Feel that lengthening of the right shoulder, the side body. Inhale, come back through center. Left wrist over to the right. Take a moment to just breathe into the side body here. Don't strain through the shoulders. Don't let them come up to the ears. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, swan dive it down. Forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, come into your half arch. Exhale, release. We're going to do a little combined work here. Now, from here, let's go ahead, find our half arch one last time. Roll the shoulder blades back, reach the hands back. You're coming back into airplane here. Beautiful. Now let's press back through the fingertips. I really want some energy in the back of the body here. Shift your weight slightly forward so that you can feel like your hips, knees, and ankles are aligned. Your core is on. Now bend into the knees, sweep the arms forward, find your Utkatasana, your chair pose. Beautiful. Lengthen through the spine, pull the belly in. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, swan dive it down. Forward fold. Take the blocks, take your right foot back, low lunge. Find that low lunge right where we were. Taking that right block, set it down. Let's get ready. We're going to inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bend into the elbows, expand the heart space. Beautiful. Inhale, reach tall with the arms. Exhale, swan dive it down. Rest that right hand on that low block that's been waiting for you. And exhale, twist towards the left. Beautiful, ladies. You're looking so good. Let's go ahead and set that left hand down. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to shift that back foot, warrior one style, taking the foot to that 45-degree angle. Inhale, sweep the arms back, sweep it all the way to the sky, opening up that right hip. Now your hip bones are facing forward. You're nice and grounded here. Take a relaxing breath in and out, releasing the shoulders. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, find our warrior two, adjust the back foot, arms outstretched, relaxing through the shoulders here, keeping that left knee bent, stacked on top of the ankle. Beautiful. Now let's inhale, shift forward, palm releases overhead. Let's find our extended reverse warrior. Let the arms soften here. You've done a lot of side bends here. So hopefully you're feeling a little more softer into the side body. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take that top arm forward. Come back to warrior two. Let's extend the front leg. Now, hopefully you still have your yoga blocks on either side. We're going to take our arms and we're going to kick our right hip back, find our Trikonasana. You can rest your hand at your yoga block. You can rest it down further, giving that inner thigh a beautiful, nice little stretch here. Think about fingertip to fingertip. Pull into the core. Notice your body here. Notice if you're straining through that right shoulder. Try to relax into it. Beautiful. Pull that right hand up towards sky as if you're using a plumb line to pull you back up. And we're going to come into our reverse triangle. Let your body reach tall. Remember, don't force this. Find that range that works for you. Press your feet into the floor. Beautiful. Inhale, take that front arm forward, left back arm back, bend into the front knee. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to swim the right hand. We're going to come back into our crescent pose. Now, from here, we're going to go into a little bit of a deeper twist. If you want to take it, take it. If you want to leave it, leave it. Palms are going to come together. And we're going to twist towards the left elbow, right elbow towards the left. Now, if you want to come back to that original twist that we did, please do. If you'd like to come into this one, please do. Square off the heart. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, press into the floor, sweep the arms up one more time. Exhale, let's swan dive it down, rest the hands onto the blocks. Beautiful. Press into that left foot. Now, you've got your hands here on either side. We're going to do a warrior three prep. Ground into that left foot, shift your weight forward, and we're just going to gently lift. Use the blocks here. Foot doesn't have to come tall. It can, if you want it to, it can be a few inches. The front knee can be bent. Just playing around with a warrior three prep here. So if you're familiar with Warrior 3 and it's within the scope of your practice, please go ahead and explore it. If you're kind of new to it or you're just coming to it after a little hiatus, go ahead and just take it easy into this space. Just working through our balancing pose. Beautiful. Now go ahead and bend into that right foot. Take that right foot forward. Both hands are resting on the block. Find your forward fold. Take a moment here. Now let's go ahead and just let ourselves just kind of release the neck here. Maybe take our right elbow into our left hand and our left hand into our right and just rock it out here. Let the low back release. Relax the shoulders. Quite a lot of work we just did. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and release the hands down, maybe coming into our half arch, reaching through the heart space. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms, bring the palms towards center. And let's just meet for a brief moment of pause at our heart center. Take a moment here. Beautiful. Remind yourself of your intention. If your mind is starting to drift and wander, take yourself back to your breath. Feel into the body. Relax into it. Don't take it too heavy here. I want you just to be in this moment. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and move into our second side. Breathing in, reaching the arms tall. Exhale, forward fold. Try to see if you can come to this with a little bit softness, a little bit more attention, a little bit more breath. Inhale, come into your half arch. Exhale, release. Try to soften the muscles a little bit more, soften the body. Inhale, come into your half arch one last time. This time, press the tailbone back, reach the arms behind you, palms facing the side of your body, finding that airplane. Shoulders pull back, belly pulls in, gazes down to the floor. You can feel the lengthening in the back of the legs here. Just take a moment just to notice all the work that's happening here. Beautiful. Now from here, bend into the knees, sweep the arms, come into your Utkatasana, your chair pose. Notice how it feels here now. Pull the belly in, soften and plug those shoulders in. Ground into the feet here. Beautiful. Let's extend the legs and reach the arms tall. Breathe in. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Taking your blocks on either side. Grounding into that right foot, taking the left foot back, finding your low lunge here. Just establishing that beautiful low lunge, getting it back to where we were with a nice long back. Now think about that airplane we just did, working the muscles in the back of the body. Take a breath, pull in through the center of your inner thighs towards center. Inhale, let's take the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open up the chest. Lift the heart space. Inhale, reach the arms tall. Here we can take our twist with the yoga block like we did earlier, or bring the palms towards center, left elbow to the outer edge of the right leg. Square off those shoulders, pull those center inner thighs towards center, square off the, not square off the core, square off the shoulders. I said that already, but pull into the core. Take that gaze, soften it. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold in front here. Now we're going to bend into that. We're going to take that back foot, adjust it, and we're going to come into our warrior one. Breathing in, reaching the arms up. So bent, front knee is bent, back foot's at about 45 degrees here. Bend into the elbows one more time for a little extension. Lift through the heart, not through the low back. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, pivot that back foot to a warrior two stance. So toes are out to the outer edge. Front leg is bent. Maybe your quad's getting a little fatigued here, so try to breathe into it. Take a moment to relax in through the shoulders. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and breathe in forward. Palm opens, reverse warrior. Back into that opening of the side of the body. Feel the strength within your body. Breathe into it. Beautiful. Let's swim that front arm forward and extend the front leg as we prepare to come into triangle. Kick the left hip back, shimmy the body all the way forward, maybe taking that yoga block, finding that one long line. Remember, it could be a high Trikonasana. It doesn't have to be low. Feel that inner thigh, getting a nice little bit of lengthening here. Try to relax into it. Are you straining here? Do you feel the muscles kind of pulsating? Try to breathe into it. Beautiful. Take that top arm, pull it up, and we're going to swim it to a reverse triangle here. Finding that lift, opening the side body. Beautiful. So gorgeous. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bend into that front knee. Warrior two. We're going to pivot that back foot, bring it forward, coming back into our crescent. Take a moment here because it could take a little bit of moment to get resettled into that space. And then as you're ready, let's swim the arms to the floor using each of our blocks here. Now we're going to come into our warrior three prep or warrior three, depending on what your scope of practice is. Do whatever feels right for you. Now energize into that right foot. Maybe take the blocks a little forward of the shoulder. Shift forward, either extending that front leg fully or bending it and reaching that bottom leg just a few inches off the floor. Give yourself some grace here. Beautiful. Lengthen through that spine. Remember to keep your back nice and long here, please. Breathe into it. Ground your body. Settle into your breath. Beautiful. Release that left leg forward. Find your forward fold. Maybe you opening up the feet a little wider. Let your body rest forward. Releasing the back of the body, releasing the shoulders. Maybe we take our elbows, our right elbow into our left and our left elbow into our right hand, and just release our back here. Rocking our body side to side. Beautiful. Let yourself kind of dangle forward and then make your way back in towards center. Release the arms. Bend into the knees. Sweep the arms tall. Press the feet into the floor. Pull the core in, reaching tall. Let's take a moment of pause. Hands at heart center. Samastiti. Take a moment here. Beautiful. Swim the arms up. Breathe in. Exhale. Swan dive it down. Take the right foot back. And then the left foot, find downward dog. Now from here, if it suits you and it works for you, shift your weight forward. Let's find ourselves in plank. We're going to either set our knees down to the floor or we're going to go into chaturanga, coming all the way down to the floor. Whatever feels right for you. Now, as we're down to the floor, tops of the feet rest. We're going to keep our hands right at the side of our body here, right around our chest. Shoulders are going to roll back. Inhale, lift into cobra. Take a moment of pause here. Energize through the shoulders, roll them back, elbows in, and then exhale, release down. Take the hands, stack them in top of one another. Forehead is going to rest on top of the hands. And let's come into crocodile here. Letting the pelvis shift side to side. Just releasing any tension in the low back. Relax your shoulders. Don't let them strain. Even let the feet kind of shimmy side to side as you come into your crocodile here. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and soften the feet. And we're going to slide our hands to the side of our body as we're going to prepare to go into locust. Gaze is down to the floor. Feet might be hip distance apart or maybe a little closer towards center, whatever feels right for you. We're going to roll those shoulder blades back and down. So I really want to take those shoulders into a big circular motion, really energizing into the center between the blades here. Energize through the hands. Gaze is down to the floor. We're going to inhale, lift the upper body and the lower body. Pull into the core, pull into the glutes, lift up, let that pubic bone stay down, and hold for 2 big breaths. And then completely release down. Let the hands rest on top of the forehead, back to crocodile. This time bend into the knees, and let's windshield wiper the knees side to side. Just taking a little release in the low back. And conscious to remember that our core is like a corset around our front and the back of our body. It's so important that we keep both sides nice and strong. Beautiful. And then let's come back in towards center and release the feet down. And let's slide the hands to the side and we're going to press back and find child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together, arms can outstretch long in front of us, and just give our hips a little stretch here. Oh, that feels so glorious. And I want your child's pose here to be as relaxing as possible. So just let your body relax into it. Maybe release the shoulders. Reminding ourselves that we don't have to work 24/7. Let's find some ease and some rest. Beautiful. And then when we're ready, let's go ahead and we're going to shift ourselves forward. And And we're going to make our way onto our sits bones. Let's go ahead and take those feet, maybe shimmy them off to the side and finding our sits bones here. So from here, we're going to make our way into staff pose. Actually, I'll face the camera. I encourage you, if you have a little bit of rounding in the back, or if you find it hard to sit up tall, to raise yourself slightly off the ground, and you'll feel a little bit more ease in the spine. So maybe take a blanket or a pillow to raise yourself up. It's always a nice way to really actually give your spine a little bit of space. And I tell you, it just feels so much better. So especially if you sit on the floor, if you do that frequently. All right, so from here, bring in the inner thighs towards center, reach tall with the arms. And we're going to let this be a really passive move. So we're just going to exhale and release forward. Maybe even let the ankles be soft and the toes be soft. Even let your shoulders round a little bit. Let the head drip down towards the heart. But keep your tailbone down. So if your tailbone wants to lift or you're shifting forward, I want you to find a little bit of that pull of the belly button coming back. So it's almost as if you got a plumb line from your belly button to the back of the room. Beautiful. Just take a moment here to just ease into it. Your hands don't have to touch your toes. Good. And then let's slowly and carefully just restack our vertebrae one at a time, coming up into a seated position. Good. We're going to open up those legs nice and wide. Feet are going to flex gently. Again, find a little shimmying of the sits bones underneath you. And from here, we can walk our hands gently forward. So again, that same little bit of pull in the back of the navel towards the back of the room, just gently giving the back of the body here a nice little stretch. But also, more importantly, we're really giving our inner thighs a nice little stretch here. And again, we're just going to kind of ease our way forward. Try not to force this. Maybe you walk your hands just a few paces over towards the left, and you'll notice a little bit of opening through the shoulder on the right side. Maybe even the latissimus dorsi, the back muscles. And then let's slide our hands through center and over to the right side. Just giving our lats a little stretch on the left side this time. Beautiful. Let's come back through center and restack ourselves nice and tall. Oh, what a glorious place to be. Slide the feet towards center, soles of the feet connect. Again, if you're lifted, stay lifted. You don't have to take that blanket away. Find our Baddha Konasana, our butterfly pose. And if your knees are quite high, you find that is just kind of tendency where your knees, it's just a little cue that your hips are a little tight. So you're going to want to come to this with a lot of softness, not forcing of the body. So maybe you find that length through the spine, and maybe this is enough for today. Maybe you bend the elbows and just gently come into a forward fold or cup the toes. I kind of tend to do that. And just ease into it. So let's take about 5 to 8 breaths here. Just allow yourself to ease slowly into it. Let go of the tension, melt into this spot. No need to rush into anything. It's taking it one breath at a time. Great. Let's go ahead and restack back up again. Lengthen through the spine. Beautiful. And let's come into Sukhasana. So let's go into our crisscross, bringing our knees kind of resting on top of our feet and lengthening through the spine. And let's inhale, take the arms overhead. And then exhale, twist towards the left and let the right hand rest on the left knee. Find that lift through the spine and then twist towards the left side. Good. And let's go ahead and inhale, take the arms overhead and then twist towards the opposite side, rolling the shoulder blade back, staying tall through the spine. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep it up. And then exhale, release down. Beautiful. Let's let the hands just rest at the knees. And we're just going to gently rotate through the neck here. So breathing in and then breathing out. Just gently moving through the neck. Try to relax the hips here. Beautiful. Just keeping your chin parallel to the floor. Again, not moving with any sort of aggressive rotations. The neck is so sensitive to force. Want to be careful that we're just moving within the range of motion that is ready for our body. Good. The next time you find yourself coming towards that right shoulder, make sure you stay tall through the spine, keep that rotation to the right, and then just gently look down to the floor. And if you'd like to, you can extend the left arm. This is really optional. This could feel quite intense. So try to just let the arm rest wherever it feels. Maybe it's away from the body. Maybe it's just resting on the knee. Try to let your body relax into this. Good. Let's, before we come back through center, let's just lift the gaze, still rotated, come back towards center. Nice job. And then turn towards the left. Same thing. Let the gaze drift down. You can take that right hand and extend it out. And it's just a little gentle gaze towards the floor here. Good. And then lift the gaze, still twisted towards the left, and then come back through center. And just gently bob the neck and the head, just kind of on its axis here. Oh, I'm just moving through, just kind of loosening up through the neck here. Excellent. Looking great. And then when you're ready, let's come back through center. And we're going to go ahead and release the legs long. And you're going to want to bring whatever you need for your Shavasana kind of nearby, because we're going to be coming into it shortly. So just take whatever you need, blankets or pillows, yoga blocks, whatever you want. Let's go ahead and we'll bring ourselves down to the floor. And let's bring our knees in towards our chest. We're just going to lengthen out the low back here. You know, the extensions are so important, but if we haven't done them in a while, they can feel like a lot. So just pull the knees in, let the tailbone lengthen. Nice job. Maybe we'll go ahead and just create some rotations with the knees, spreading the low back into the floor. Just take a breath as you're doing this. Breathing in and out. Good. And maybe we'll reverse the direction, stirring the pot, spreading the low back, letting it go. Good. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and bring our knees back in towards center. And we'll set one foot down to the floor and then the other. And maybe we're going to reach for a yoga block and or a bolster. We're going to prepare to go into our candlestick, our inversion. So pressing the heels into the floor, energizing through the glutes and through the heels, enough so that you have that lift to put something underneath the sacrum, whether it's a yoga block or a bolster. If you have a bolster, please try using that. Sometimes it feels really nice on the back. And then when you're ready, maybe you pull one knee in and then the other knee in, and we'll extend the legs up to the sky. And just let your low back spread into whatever it is it's resting on. And if you don't have any of those props, just do this directly on the floor. Anytime our hips are above our heart, we find ourselves in an inversion. Relax through the shoulders. Relax the breathing. Beautiful. We're going to take the next 5 breaths here. Quite honestly, this is a really great yin pose as well. And if you ever have a chance to just stay here for a few minutes, it's quite a powerful pose. Beautiful. And then go ahead and slowly bend into the knees. And we're going to make our way into our Shavasana. So today I'm going to just take my bolster and shift it down a little bit so that my knees can rest directly on it. It's a great way to allow your low back to release. So if you don't have a bolster, but you prop yourself up for some pillows and let the knees bend, it just lets that low back release and kind of be free of any tension. And get yourself comfortable here, maybe covered with a blanket or put some socks or a sweater on. As we take the next few minutes here to completely rest our body, mind, spirit, allow yourself the gift of simply being in this space with zero expectation, just the opportunity to rest your body, to quiet the mind, and to connect from within. Let your shoulders release a little more. Let the hands feel heavy. Just allow yourself to notice the rise and fall of the breath. Breathing in no particular pattern. when you're ready, let's begin to deepen the breath to the belly. Maybe create some gentle movement through the hands and through the toes. And then maybe today we just roll onto our favorite side, but we'll take our bolster with us. We're going to set the bolster underneath kind of our top leg and just let it kind of gently rest there. If you're a side sleeper, this would be my go-to to keep the hips nice and aligned, but also just feels really relaxing. Not straining on the low back. As you make your way, kind of lying on your side here. This is like pivot moment where we transition from where we were to where we're going. Good. And then whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and take our top arm and press ourselves up. And just making our way up into our Sukhasana. Take the blocks, take everything away. Oh. Just making our way into our seated pose. Hopefully feeling a little bit more centered, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more in tune with our body. Let's close today off with 3 cleansing breaths. So really deep breaths from the belly and just release out anything else that might be lingering so we could start our day nice and clear. So when you're ready, if you'd like to, sweep your arms. You don't have to. Do whatever feels good. Breathe in. And exhale that release. Breathe in. Last one. With a gentle bow of our head towards our hands, hands meeting in Anjali Mudra, in recognition of the light that shines within us all. May your heart always stay warm. May your smile always stay broad. And may the light that shines in me honor and see the light that shines in you. Namaste. As always, thank you for such, oh, there are my hearts. Thank you. Oh my God, a million of them. Thank you for such a glorious practice. And I'm so honored to practice with you. And I look forward to seeing you again on February 5th. That's Saturday at 9:15. Thank you so much, everyone, with lots of love and care. Namaste, everyone.